Alright everybody, finally out here to replace the injector O-rings, specifically on number 3 here. It was puking out the other day, kept me from driving. We're also going to pull off the IACV valve and give it a clean, replace the O-ring, and also the VTEC solenoid and the 2 gaskets, the upper and the side gasket there, because they're pissing out pretty bad. I got trusty snap-on tools here. We got Honda VTEC gasket with new screen, upper gasket, and the sensor O-ring, this VTEC solenoid O-ring, and then also the IAC O-rings. Need to grab a different extension. I'll grab a couple of them. They're the right ones. This is on the little B16 del Sol I picked up a couple weeks ago. Real nice, real clean. It's all factory. It's even got beautiful interior. I'm over there swapping a door handle because that one just wasn't working right. So anyways, let me get started. Start by removing this little screw here that holds this distributor wiring bracket, because we all know that that is an unnecessary part, really. I don't personally keep those. I call those factory leave-offs. So for this one, we're going to disconnect the solenoid here. Hopefully without breaking anything. There we go. This one here. The car's a 95 and I don't believe it's ever been really touched, so I prefer to kind of keep things clean. When you pull this solenoid off, it's definitely gonna drop some oil, and I don't want to do that because then it's more to clean up. All right. So I'm just gonna put this kind of rag in here where it'll kind of catch the majority of that oil there. And you'll need a 10mm. I use a 1/4 inch. I'm not sure this one's ever been off, so these bolts are nice and tight. Yep, one more here at the bottom. This is a new build I'm doing. This particular car is going to be fully built. I was going to send the block to CSS, or to CNC Works for the CSS block guard that they do, but I think I'm going to send it to JBR Engines for full sleeve, I believe. It's honestly not much more expensive to do it that way when you consider CSS is it's like 325 plus boring and honing and cleaning. You're looking at, you know, 650 or so, maybe even close to 7, especially with shipping. So for a few more $100, you could have your B series fully sleeved, which is, you know, bulletproof from here on till forever. So these 3 10mm bolts off. This one's almost there. Pull the gasket. The whole gasket kind of sticks on here a little bit. Just want to peel it off. The screen's pretty clean. Doesn't have any grit up in there. See all that oil that spilled out? Kind of caught it with that rag. Make things a little easier cleanup wise. Definitely not perfect, but that's also why I have some old trusty wherever CarQuest brake cleaner. Spray down. See, whoever's working on this before used silicone with this gasket, and that's really not necessary. That rubber gasket will do its job just like it's supposed to. You don't need any of that extra gunk getting into the solenoid or into your valve train. Excuse me. Clean this up a little bit. Doesn't need to be entirely perfect. Give this side a wipe down. Make sure it's dry. Got the OE Honda VTEC gasket. Pop that open. And for this, it only goes on one way. Clearly, it's shaped one way. Just kind of press that in there with your fingers. Make sure it's nice and even. And then go ahead and reinstall this part. Same bolts that came out, 3 10mm. Honda's basically all 10mm. It's hard to mix them up. The only difference they're going to be really on this whole entire engine is how long they are, how deep. Other than that, they're pretty much all the same. Thread pitch and all that kind of stuff. simple job. You see it took just a few minutes. Even faster if I had air. But I don't need air for this. Not everyone has air. I have it, but I don't really use it too often. I probably should. Get 10 times the work done in the same amount of time using air. Get these all snugged up. Work them around nice and evenly so you have a good seal. And they don't got to be too tight. And they're only 10 millimeters, so just put them on there a little snug, they'll be fine. This isn't something you need a torque wrench for, nothing like that. Alright, so the inside is done. Now I'm going to work over to this top gasket. I don't see any signs of leaking, but I've got the part. Go ahead and do it. Either way, this car is going to have a set of JE 81.5 millimeter 11-to-1 compression pistons. So see, there's a little seal down in there. They leak. This one wasn't, but like I said, I'm just going to replace it anyways. I can use a little pick. Hopefully I don't stab myself. Wouldn't be the first time though. Just work the seal out. Oh, there it goes. Dropped it on the ground. Another OE Honda seal, only goes on one way. Just gonna work it around, just like that. Clean off this surface. Yeah, what's up, Isaac? I'm taking care of the car you neglected. Just kidding. How's that V-dub going for you, bro? Start hating it yet? I told you not to do it, man. Same thing on these, they don't need to be crazy tight. Just snug them up. It pops. I bet it does. Probably from the axles and from the tie rods and the strut mounts and all kinds of stuff. I've also got an O-ring for that, for the sensor here. I'm gonna go grab the socket for that. Oh, 19 is not big enough. There we go. Looks like it's 7/8 is a little too big, but it'll work. Pop it loose. Unscrew it here. Give it a little spray, clean it off. And the O-ring's actually inside here. Pull it out. The O-ring. Throw it in the trash. Make way for the replacement Honda. This is literally the first video I've ever made like this, so I don't have anybody holding the camera for me. I don't have any crazy editing. Drop this O-ring right there in that spot. It kind of presses in. Should sit just fine. Take your sensor and screw that bad boy back in. Same thing on these, they don't need to be crazy tight. Just a little snug. That'll do it. Plug her back in. Come on. There we go. Hear the click. VTEC solenoid. Hear the click. Give her one more spray down. Brake cleaner. And that's it for VTEC solenoid. Thanks for watching, guys.